Welcome back, everybody. At long last, I am at the at-home store. I know usually this is the first store we visit in a season. It's taken me a little bit to get here, but here we are. Before we go on in, I did want to say a special thank you to all the patrons who help support the channel. If you are interested in joining our Fright Club, you can check out the link to my Patreon page in the description below. With that said, let's go ahead and head on in. All right, I'm certainly not saving the best for last. We're going to go ahead and take a look at the inflatable selection here. They do have quite a variety, starting with this little spider. I actually bought that, or have a very similar one in my collection that was sent to me. I did a review on years ago. But I do like that they have a variety here. I mean, here you've got this tall, scary tree. I remember seeing that for the first time a few years ago. Absolutely love it. It is amazing. A little pricey. You've got the tall pumpkin there for only $100. That's not too bad considering how massive it is. But then they have, licensed stuff, Nightmare Before Christmas, and whatever that little dog thing is. I guess that's like a Paw Patrol thing. But here is a moving inflatable as well. I think we're just going to catch a glimpse of it starting to go down. And there he goes. I really like that inflatable, actually. That movement is kind of cool. But like I said, lots of variety here. Cute stuff, scary stuff, fun stuff. It's all over the place, and I really like that. Speaking of all over the place, so I actually went to this store while I was visiting one of our work offices in Chattanooga, and this store is completely different to the one I'm used to near Atlanta. In Atlanta, it seems like everything is jumbled together with no rhyme or reason, all kind of spread out everywhere, whereas this one has neatly displayed tables, and I absolutely love it. I mean, I was kind of dreading doing at home just because, again, it's so hard to get a real good look at all the merchandise because it is so spread out, so jumbled together. It's hard to remember what you've looked at, and it just makes filming really hard. I absolutely love that this is so orderly. Now, usually the at-home store starts putting their stuff out in real early June, sometimes even as early as late May. And I was very surprised this year that it didn't come out until much, much later. It was like into July when we started seeing things. Of course, you can, if you look closely in the background there, you're going to start seeing the Christmas tree stuff is already out, and it's all over the store. At least that's not a jingle bell. Haha, okay, let's move on. So, a lot of this stuff, okay, look at the name of this. What is it called? Halloween Hoedown. There is a lot of this country merchandise this year, and I do believe they usually have a few different overarching themes. So, a lot of it, unfortunately, is country. Not exactly my taste, but obviously it suits some people, just not me. But you're going to find a lot of this sort of plaid and pumpkins in a truck. Here's a little camper. We'll go ahead and press this button. You get the light up witch in there. That's kind of cute. Welcome to our haunted farmhouse. So lots of farm theme this year. And unfortunately, I think what I don't like about it most is that there's not really a whole lot of innovation, let's just say, in some of this merchandise. It seems like the kind of stuff that you kind of see everywhere, especially when you have the stores like Old Time Pottery. It's almost the exact same stuff. I wouldn't know if this was all from one particular manufacturer, even though it's all labeled at home. Look at this witch, though. It's $170. I did a witch Christmas tree, well, Halloween tree, a few years back. It was, instead of the purple and black, which I love that combination, it was kind of like a acid green and black, because of course witches need to be green. I loved it. Check out my old videos if you want to see that. Nice little tutorial. Speaking of green, you can see it on my hand there in the video. I'm already working on my outdoor projects, spraying things my fluorescent green. So I've got lots of fun DIY projects to share with you as we get closer to Halloween. Stay tuned for that. But back to that Christmas/Halloween tree. I've done a few different ones of those. One was an orange themed pumpkin. Not very interesting, but I did love my witch tree, and it would be a far cheaper to do than $169. And you see those little 3 cauldrons there on the stand? I also did that. You may remember watching my fireplace mantle decorating video this year. I put that on the hearth, and you're going to see that in several of the inside walkthrough videos of the past, just because I absolutely love it, and it was so cheap and easy to do with 3 cauldrons that you can get from, cheap. They're like $1 at Walmart or whatever, and then building a simple PVC frame or stand for it, painting it all black. It's very dramatic and very cheap. I don't know if I did a tutorial on it, but obviously it's so easy, and you can look at it in my videos to see what's going on if you want to make one for yourself. All right, we have lots of Nightmare Before Christmas merchandise, of course. I think we saw those exact same bottles in the Spirit store walkthrough. I remember because I was commenting on the weird colors and how they all light up. So here's the other Sally one. There were 3 different ones, all 3 different colored bottles. Honestly, the only thing I kind of like about the Nightmare Before Christmas merchandise is that pumpkin with the Jack Skellington sort of face. But everything else is just, there's too much of it in every store. All right, look at that creepy cloth there. I know I usually have always said in the past, that stuff doesn't seem like it's a very good deal. But we just did, in my last haul video, a comparison of the creepy cloth at the Dollar Tree, which is shrinking, it looks like, compared to previous years. They are 6 feet long, roughly. And that one there, we just saw, I think was like 36 feet. So you get like 6 times as much as one normal creepy cloth for like $7-8. And at the Dollar Tree, everything is $1.25 now. So if you're going to buy 6 of them, it would really be like $7.50. So I guess it all kind of balances out. But I'm a little concerned about the quality of the Dollar Tree merchandise going down. So I'd rather give my money anyway to the at-home store. But definitely, point being, check out the quantities, the sizes when you're looking at that stuff to see if you're really getting a good deal or not. That little, I guess that's like a potion bottle in the shape of that skeleton, is so bizarre to me. It's always very jarring every time I see it. Pun sort of intended. All right, love this pillow with the skeleton skulls on it. I think that is just amazing because, if you're not looking at it at the right angle like that, you can't really see the skulls, and it's just pretty cool. Of course, you can always find lots of tall signage here at the at-home store. Oh, let's press this button. That was like a raving sort of skeleton. Very strange. All right, now we're starting to get into the lighting section, and this is going to take a bit of time to get through all of this. I guess I just never realized that they sold so many lights. Of course, again, at my store, it's all spread out all over everywhere. Here, when you can see it all on this table, they just have all sorts of lights. Pathway lights, string lights, LEDs, candles, everything under the sun. But if you've watched some of my recent videos, I used to put string lights all the way up and down my driveway, and it is such a hassle every year to line the driveway, stake them down so they stay there, and then I'm always worried they're going to get run over by the car or whoever's coming up and down the driveway. So now we're starting to use some of those floodlights everywhere, and you'll see those in a few of my videos. I've got another one coming up, a new one we're going to test. So I'm going to try that this year probably. Although I still might stick out a few string lights, maybe. I haven't totally decided yet. I do love the string lights, hate the hassle. All right, they got lots of pillows here, lots of different designs. Of course, I have to throw in my plug too, because it seems like I get people complimenting it every time. We have done no-sew pillows. Like if you're not good at sewing, obviously I'm not. You can take dish towels, stuff them with the pillow foam, and then just hot glue the seams so that you can make a pillow shape. I've done a tutorial. Again, check out my old videos if you want to do that. So simple, and then you can get whatever patterns you want if you can find it on a dish towel or something. Look at this. Now we have a skeleton bunny. Don't think I've seen that before. Every year it seems like we're seeing some sort of new skeleton, whatnot, and a lot of people always complain, of course. You're going to usually not see bones in some of these skeleton figures. Like, why would you have a skeleton snake or an octopus? But anyway, you're certainly not going to have big old bunny ears. And I never knew that the at-home store had these sort of like hand lotions and things. Maybe it's always been in a different section, but when we go to the at-home store, I certainly think this is a decor superstore, and that just stuff sort of is not on my brain. But when you're starting to add up, like all of the glassware, and there's some cooking stuff we're going to see, and the hand lotions and all that, it's almost starting to feel more like a TJ Maxx with all this blend of merchandise. But honestly, I kind of like TJ Maxx a little bit more. Okay, here's another button to press.
I have a spooky surprise for you. Peekaboo!
Okay, shouldn't have pressed that. There's really not a whole lot in the store this year that I want. I do like that little sort of man-eating plant with a spider in it. I haven't seen that before. But they've got really good ideas here, like with these man-eating plants. But that little one there, $10 is a little high. But regardless, I would like to see a much larger size. These are nice little tchotchkes. It'd be fun to throw on your desk at work or something. But, there's not a whole lot this year that I really want to decorate my house with. They did have a few cool things that I was babbling through and didn't point out, like that big gargoyle and the big skeleton skull. I don't know why I keep calling it skeleton when I mean skull. It's kind of hard to narrate these 15, 20-minute videos just talking nonstop. So you have to forgive me sometimes. I often misspeak. Anyway, what have we got here? Little things. I just love the face on this zombie witch. Well, I don't know. Maybe it's not a zombie. Kind of looks like a zombie to me. All right. This shelf here has got a lot of weird odds and ends. Of course, we've got candles, welcome sets. I think some of this stuff we've already seen in some of the other shelving. So, I know I was talking about how everything here was very orderly, but again, so much of this merchandise looks the same. We haven't seen that pillow, obviously, and I love this spider. But a lot of it is starting to blend together in my mind, which is really unfortunate. I wish they had some standout pieces. Now, I did go into my Atlanta store a few times before this video, and I know they had an animatronic in there. Can't remember what it was. I think it was like a skeleton reaper or something. But there's none of that here, unfortunately. So I'm wondering if not all the stores carry all the same merchandise. But I kind of suspect that they're pretty similar. Maybe, of course, also I'm a bit late in the season. It's almost October. They should be fully into Christmas mode at this point, which means, of course, all this stuff should be starting to get marked down pretty soon. I'm just speculating. Of course, I have no inside knowledge, unfortunately. So, oh my gosh, look here. We have our ugly pumpkin of the month winner. Love the eyes and the mouth and the teeth on that guy. That little bowl's kind of cute. All right, some pumpkins. Oh, here's another one of those ghosts. We saw that earlier. I pressed the button. It didn't work. Didn't think to press it again, unfortunately. This thing back here is actually a bat pillow. I know the shape's a little hard to see in the camera, but it looked kind of neat. Got a basket here full of Dollar Tree type merchandise, so that better be cheap. All right, we got some stacked pumpkins. Oh, that's another thing. I think I remember seeing large stacked pumpkins here many years in a row. I'm surprised that they don't have any of that. Everything just seems like this small stuff this year. Of course, we've got the candles, the bleeding candles. Some that will bleed when you light them, some that look like they're bleeding. I haven't seen ones that had that black blood coming down, though. But for that red blood, you can buy the red taper candles, 2 for $1.25, I guess, now at the Dollar Tree, and just drip the wax down any sort of candle and make it look like a bleeding candle effect. I do that on almost all of mine. And as you can see, we're looking at the end caps now as we walk down. This one's got some nice kitchen glassware. I love that glass with the little skeleton hands on it. You can always get similar items, though, at TJ Maxx, Marshall's. I'm not sure how expensive they are, but I absolutely love this skull decanter set. Oh, I probably should have picked that up for my bartender that I got from Home Depot this year. All right, of course, they've got these light effects, light projectors. I am not a fan of these, as you know. Like, just look at those cheesy graphics. I mean, they're great, I guess, maybe for a little kid's room. Nightmare Before Christmas, obviously we have to have that one. This one is just, I guess, some scary effects. But why? Why is there a Star Wars? What does that have to do with Halloween? I've not really watched it. I don't know, maybe there is something. But look at this too. Do we need A shelf full of 500 skull bottles? I mean, what do you use those for? They still have a lot of these Zero figures. I'm kind of surprised that we didn't see larger Jack Skellington figures, though. I know they had them at the Atlanta store. Instead, I guess we get these witches, and oh my god, more skull bottles. All right, a little bit of kitchenware. Gifts galore, under $20, it looks like. So this kind of blends into some of that cheesy merchandise you buy for your coworkers for Christmas. So maybe you can give them Halloween items for Christmas this year. I might do that myself. All right, you know I love entrance mats. I try and change them up for whatever theme I'm working on each year. And they've got quite the selection here. Shelves and shelves of them. Kind of makes me wonder, though, how many people buy them, considering how many they have. I guess it's only almost October, and maybe everybody isn't almost finished decorating like I am. And I assume like you are too, unless you're a bit of a procrastinator like I usually am. I'm way ahead of the game this year, and I am absolutely loving it. I want to make sure I save some time to really enjoy the fall season. All right, that's going to do it for our walkthrough today of the at-home store. You better get there quick if you want some Halloween merchandise, otherwise you're going to have to deal with this. So stay tuned if you want to see more DIYs, product reviews, store walkthroughs, and more. So till next time, thanks for watching, take care, and happy haunting.